guys, welcome back to my channel. I really hate filming a video in a car, but I'm on my break from work and I've had this video idea for a while, and so I just wanted to go ahead and do it. So here I am in my car on break. So this is a little different video than what my other videos have been about. The one reason that I wanted to make my channel was just to provide value and information and just positive, encouraging life topics. And most of that is going to be fitness related and like ketogenic related, but I also wanted to make this video just because I've been thinking about it for a while, and I feel like it could help somebody down the road, maybe not, but you know, if I can affect one person, then I'm happy. So this video is about being a CNA and 10 things that I've learned in 10 years of being a CNA. Honestly, I'm mind blown that I have been a CNA for 10 years. Like, I don't feel like I should be old enough to have been a CNA for 10 years, but I am, and I've had experience in the hospital setting, lots of experience in nursing home, assisted living, home care, clinics, just kind of been everywhere. But, you know, I guess if you really like what you do, you'll just keep going. And, you know, I don't know if I'll ever progress farther than a CNA. It was a thought at one time, but I'm leaning more toward like health and fitness now. But anyway, that's getting off topic. So I wanted to make this video just 10 things that I've learned in 10 years of being a CNA. Let me preface this by saying that I do not know everything that there is to know about being a CNA. I am still learning. People that have mentored me have way more experience than me, have seen a lot more than me, and I respect them wholeheartedly for being a CNA as long as they have. But these are some of the things that I have learned and that I wanted to share with you. So number one is always strive to learn more. So I feel like as a CNA, you know, we're limited in our scope of practice and what we can and can't do. But I feel like everything is always changing. The healthcare industry is always changing, and there's always going to be new research. There's always going to be some new technology that comes out, and it's important for us to learn and embrace it and just want to learn more. I can remember, I guess now too, but like the in-services that we always have, or like the trainings on the computer that we have, and it just gets so time consuming and so boring, honestly, but they're there for a reason, and it never hurts to have a refresher, you know? So I feel like we should always have that attitude of wanting to learn and wanting to learn more. Even if you're not going to go any farther than being a CNA, you can still learn a lot. You know, you can still like set your mind to learn something new. Like, why do we report a blood pressure of 80/50? Why is that important? What is going on in the body? What do we need to do? What can we do as CNAs to help the nurses if we see something abnormal? So I feel like we should always have that attitude of learning and always try to be learning more. The second thing is to stay humble. And what I mean by this is that this is going to kind of go along the lines of another thing, but you know, we were all new CNAs once. We've all been there where you have the deer in the headlights look. You don't really know what's going on. You don't want to mess up. You don't want to accidentally hurt somebody. You don't want to, you know, piss off your team. And I feel like as like veteran CNAs, we need to be like mindful of that. I need to be mindful of that and be like humble enough to step alongside like a newbie or a new nurse or something and just try to be their like buddy, almost like try to help them navigate through this new career that they have. You know, I mean, I can always share some wisdom with them, but it's important for me to stay humble, not feel like I'm high and mighty because I've had, you know, X number years of experience. Like, stay humble, like remember your roots. We were all new at once, and you know, it goes a long way if you can stay humble. Number 3 is to keep things clean. So when you leave a room, you know, of a patient, make sure it's not trashy. These all kind of flow into each other, I feel like, but I'm going to get to another point in a second. But if you were walking in, if your family member was in the hospital, for instance, and you were walking into a room, the trash wasn't emptied, you know, the old dinner tray from last night is still there, you know, their water hasn't been filled, you know, they are in like their sheets are not clean, you know, how would you feel? Like, how would you feel? Like, you would feel like the staff there is not really doing their job. Hopefully you would feel that way. So on the opposite side of that, you know, as I leave a room, or as we leave a room, you know, we should be picking it up. Like this, especially the nursing home, that is their home. It is not where we work. You know, they do not live where we work. We work in their home. So, you know, we got to keep it clean, you know? I mean, they would want it clean. And we should take enough pride in our work to keep things neat and tidy. It not only looks better, the other shifts will not be mad at you. And, you know, it's just like a good feeling that you kept your work area neat, that all your rooms are straightened up, and you can, you know, make their beds, you know, tidy up their room, don't leave clothes on the floor, or like clothes half out of the closet, you know, you don't leave, you know, underwear laying around. Like, empty the trash and put a liner back in the trash can. It's just courtesy. It's just a good thing to do. Number 4, wash your hands. This should go without saying, but wash your freaking hands. And I need to listen to this, but you know, hand sanitizer, it's good, but it doesn't cut it. It does not cut a good old 30-second scrub it up dub in the sink with warm water and soap. Like, you know, we have prevalent diseases floating around. We have the flu floating around forever. And the best thing you can do, I know you hear it all the time, and they're not kidding, is wash your freaking hands. Like, just wash them. And if you're worried that they're going to get dry, carry some lotion with you. Or, you know, carry a bottle of hand sanitizer with you at least. Like, just keep clean, because it's important for you and for the patients and other staff. So, wash your hands. Number 5, use your manners. So, you know, a yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir goes a long way. They might get mad at you, but it's just polite, and please and thank you. It's just polite, and it puts off a good vibe. They may not want to use their manners, and that, that's them. That's what they're gonna do. But we can be kind enough to use manners, even if we don't feel like it. Just, it's like the right thing to do, These people, they've lived a lot longer than us, and they deserve our respect. And I know somebody's gonna be like, well, they don't respect us or whatever. They get mad at us or whatever. Like, I know, I've been there. I know. But we can still be kind. Like, we can still, be humble. We can still be kind. We can still use our manners because it's just the right thing to do. That's all I have to say about that. Number 6. Different ways of doing things are okay. My way can be different than somebody else's way, and it can still get the job done. It can still be helpful. It accomplishes the same goal, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We can embrace our differences as long as they, have the same purpose, and that is for the patient. So different ways of doing things are okay, and you might actually learn something, if you see somebody doing it differently. So there's that for you, that learning part. Told you to come back. Number 7, speak up. So if you see something happening that should not be happening, nobody is going to know about it unless you take the initiative to tell somebody. You may feel like it goes in one ear and out the other, but that's not necessarily true. There are a number of avenues that you can take to tell people or get a message across that something is happening that either should not be happening or is a good thing and should be praised, but that can only happen if you're willing to speak up. And I include myself in this because I'm shy naturally, but I feel like if it comes to a resident or comes to a patient in their care and I see something that I don't believe is okay, my job as a caregiver is to protect my resident, protect my patient. So I have to speak up about it because nobody else is going to. Nobody's going to know what's going on unless you speak up. It can be frightening to speak up for sure, but it's worth it if it's going to keep somebody safe. So there's number 8. Huge, big thing with me. Communicate. Oh my God, communicate. I don't know why it's so difficult to communicate. We can think of I even made a book. I made a book at the hospital, and I made a book at the nursing home. That was the communication book. That was on my hall or in the tele room. And this book was for when some of us are off, when some of us have off days, we may not know new things that happen. We may not know that Mrs. Smith is, has declined or whatever. We may not know that so-and-so lost their dentures. We don't want to come back and get our butts chewed about this without, having some knowledge about it. So do yourself a favor, do your team a favor, and communicate. We wrote everything down in the little communication book. And when you came on shift, if you've been gone for a few days, you would look in the book and see, oh, Mrs. Smith is now, a 2-person transfer, or so-and-so, lost their glasses, or, whatever. And it was so helpful because you, were in the know still, and people were communicating important things to you. You weren't walking in blind to your shift thinking, I don't know if anything's changed, because nobody said anything. So in your shift report, maybe there's a communication log you can use. Maybe there's other ideas, but oh my gosh, it's so important to communicate. Like, we, as CNAs, we're the eyes and ears for the nurses. I know you've heard it, but if we are not communicating between ourselves as CNAs or to the nurses, like, then we're not doing our patients a favor, and we're not doing ourselves a favor. We're working harder, not smarter. So communicate. It's just, I don't understand why it's so difficult. Like, every place I worked, like, just communication. It's just like such an idea. I don't get it, but it's hugely important for the sake of the resident, for the sake of the patient, for the sake of you, not getting your butt chewed about something. Just communicate. Find a way to communicate. Talk with people. Come up with good ways to communicate. And I promise it'll make things a whole lot easier. Number 9, step into their shoes. So this kind of goes back to like using manners and keeping things clean. I sometimes, if I'm getting frustrated, I have to stop and think, what if this was my grandmother, or what if this is my mother? Like, how would, they need to be treated with respect. They need to have their needs met, in a timely fashion. Like, I just need to remember where they're coming from, or along that same line, looking for signs of, like, pain, or, anything. Like, if I know the background of a person, and this goes back to communicating. See, it all comes back. If I know the background of a person and know that, they, have dementia, and they're not they don't really express themselves very well. They just kind of walk around. But I noticed that today they're walking around with their head down. They're kind of distressed pacing. Something's wrong. Like, I need to step into their shoes and think, okay, are they looking for something? Are they in pain? Do they need to go to the bathroom? Are they upset about something? Like, if I can step into their shoes and try to realize what they're feeling, then my job becomes a little easier, because I can help them more. I can kind of sense what they're feeling, and that comes with time. I think learning the patients, learning the residents, what they like and don't like, how they are, what their behaviors are, but also, like, just treating them how you want your family to be treated. Like, I think it's just so important, and it actually truly, honestly helps me to calm down if I'm starting to get frustrated. Like, just to step back and say, okay, this is somebody's grandmother. Like, how, they need my attention, they need my respect, and I can't be getting frustrated. So I may need to walk away and cool down for a minute, but ultimately, like, this is somebody's family. They deserve to be treated with respect, and if I can step into what they're feeling, maybe I could help them a little more. And lastly, number 10, I'm going to be preaching to the choir because I don't do this at all. Take care of yourself. It's a job, sure, it's a career, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot help people if you are, at rock bottom, sick, exhausted, burnout. You cannot be 100%. You cannot be what they need. And I totally never, ever take this into consideration, ever, until the last minute when I'm sick. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I should have taken some days off or done something for myself. But truly, honestly, you can't be the best for them if you are not feeling the best. So it's very important to take care of you. It's very important to take days off, to do something for you, to relax, to, you know, do something outside, to just get away and refresh yourself, because that is when you're gonna shine the most for these people. And that's what they need. They need that. They really do. So anyway, those are my 10 things that I've learned. It's getting really dark in here. Excuse me. And now it's really light in here. Okay. Those are the 10 things that I have learned in 10 years of being a CNA. I'm sure I've learned more. Hopefully I've learned more. But I just wanted to make this video because it's just kind of been on my heart. And I hope that it will inspire someone or help anybody who has been a CNA, who is a CNA, who is in the medical field, or just like in life, like patient and keeping things clean. It's just good, solid advice. So I hope it helps somebody, and I hope that you know, you can take it to heart, share it with somebody who needs it. And anyway, I have to go back to work now. That is a really bright light. Excuse me. I guess it was better when it was dark. I have to go back to work now, and I will catch you guys in the next video. If you happen to like this video, I would really appreciate if you could give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel, share it with others. I hope to be making more videos like this. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know in the comment below. There could be some telemetry EKG videos coming soon because I love to teach that sort of thing. And then obviously more fitness and keto videos coming soon. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to work. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys have a good day wherever you are. Stay positive, and I will see y'all later.